Shabbat Shalom. Do me a favor and check on Facebook and see if we got audio on the other page. Go ahead, Bob.
Khan. That walk to go down into Egypt.
Start from the top, Shalom. My bad.
Khan. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children.
He said, woe to the rebellious children. Woe to us. Woe to the children of Israel. Who knows what woe means?
Lot.
Go ahead.
Destruction.
Right. Destruction. Destruction unto the rebellious children. You know, cancel out woe for destruction. You know, destruction unto the rebellious children. You know who the children are? Israel is the children of the Most High.
That's right.
That's our name. Israel. Yasha'Allah. In the Hebrew. You know, that's our name. We are the children. We are named after the Lord. You know, he said, woe unto us. The ones that rebel. The ones that don't want to stop eating swan and pork chop sandwiches. They want to sop it up with hot sauce. How they bread all dangling and stuff like that. You know, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians love pork chops when it be all soggy and hot sauce. Like, that's like you mess around and get worms. You're gonna have worms. But the Lord is trying to be merciful unto you. You know, He's trying not to give you worms. But continue on.
Saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me.
But take counsel, not of me. So who are they taking counsel of? Counsel is advice, wisdom, knowledge. You're taking knowledge, but not of Him. So who are you taking knowledge of? Continue.
But not of my spirit.
But not of His spirit. Meaning not of the law, statutes, and commandments. Not of what He told you to do. You know, the spirit of the Lord is the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, anybody who follows the law, statutes, and commandments, they are considered sons of the Most High. You know? So, continue.
That they may add sin to sin.
That they may add sin to sin. I wanted you to read too, but I'm glad you read that. We can get into that. They taking counsel, but not of the Most High. You know? But that's why they're adding sin unto sin. That's why blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians can't stop smoking crack. Will not stop smoking weed, considering they saying they got anxiety. That's why they want to smoke weed all day. I got anxiety. I'm depressed. We all depressed. We all got anxiety, nigga. So what? I'm not smoking weed. You know, the physician didn't order me weed, so I'm not taking it. You know, I'm not taking no drugs unless I really have to. You know, I'm the old school black man. You know, you gonna have to force it. My wife gonna have to drag me into the hospital. You know, you gonna have to drag me. I could be down there on my deathbed. You know, you gonna have to drag me into the hospital. You know, that's not wisdom and all. I'm not telling you how to hold out on the hospital and stuff like that. But I'm just letting y'all know, like, you know, black men, you be like old school black men, you used to have to drag them into the hospital. You know, you used to have to force them to get some medication. You know, now we medicating ourselves. The physician is not medicating us. We medicating ourselves. Oh, nigga, we diagnosing ourselves. Oh, nigga, you woke up with PTSD. Now you gotta go smoke a fat blunt. Oh, you got anxiety. Now you drinking alcohol every day, all day. You becoming a drunk artist. You know, it's not wrong to drink some strong liquor, but it's wrong to do it every day. You can't do the work of the Lord. You can't go to slavery. You can't go to your job, your slavery. You can't do for your household, your kids running up and down the walls. You know, they like Spider-Man. It's just like, everything around you is becoming chaotic. Everything around you is in shambles. And you wonder why. Everything around you is in shambles. Because you're a drunkard, nigga. You diagnosed yourself. You thought you needed some liquor. You thought you needed some weed. You thought you needed some morphine. You thought you needed some oxycodone. You thought you needed some perks. Because of this pain, I guess. You know, the first thing niggas The sidebar for a second. When a nigga gets shot, the first thing he say, he don't even worry about the gunshot wound. He don't worry about that. He say, nigga, I'm finna get some perks. Like, nigga, you damn near about to die. You worry about some damn perks?
Right.
He said, I'm finna get some perks. I got a sore throat. Your throat about to fall out your neck. And you worry about some lean. Guess what I'm finna get? I'm finna get some promethazine with codeine, nigga. Yeah, I'm finna be leaning. Nigga, your throat about to fall out. You're coughing up green, blue, orange, yellow. It look like a homosexual rainbow.
Right.
You know, you coughing it all up. You coughing everything up. Your intestines, your esophagus. You know, I have to use a big word for y'all players out there. You know, your esophagus, you coughing up. You about to cough up everything. You coughing up your brains, but all you worry about is that lean that you about to get. I can sell, 20 a zip, you know, especially if it's that yellow, especially if it's that green, that thick purple. Like, come on, man, that's what you worry about. You diagnosing yourself. You know, continue with verse 2 for me, y'all.
They walk to go down into Egypt.
That walk where?
To go down into Egypt.
What it means to walk and go down to Egypt, that means you going unto other nations. You already seen the first verse, Isaiah 30 and 1. It said, you seek counsel, but not of the Lord. You know, now you walking down unto Egypt, meaning you walking up to these other nations. You walking into Asians, asking them how to help you, how to take care of you. You walking down to the Edomites, the white man, asking them how they can help you, how they can take care of you. Go ahead.
And have not asked at my mouth.
You didn't ask of the Lord. You asking everybody else, but you're not asking of the Lord. When all your wisdom is in these scriptures, all your wisdom is all that you need to know is in these scriptures. You know, you wouldn't have diabetes if you would listen to the Lord. You wouldn't have high blood pressure. You know, granted, some of those brothers and sisters inherit diabetes, you know, from a youth. You know, I'm not talking about them. You know, I can't judge them for what they did in their past life. I don't know what they did in their past life. But I'm talking about the sins of their mothers or the sins of their past life. You know, if you keep the law, statutes, and commandments, you wouldn't have diabetes. You wouldn't have high blood pressure. You wouldn't have hepatitis, and you wouldn't be on dialysis.
Right.
You wouldn't have AIDS and herpes and all the other STDs, all the ATVs, and all the other stuff that people catch being whoremongers and whores and different stuff like that. You know, you wouldn't have all of that. All your wisdom, all that you need to know is in the Lord. It's in these laws, statutes, and commandments. Only thing you need to do is follow this and you're going to be all right. I guarantee. But you won't try it. Like the Lord said, you didn't ask of him. You didn't seek of him. You didn't see if the Lord knew before you went to go ask Bobby Joe down the street. Bobby Joe, look at this, man. What you think I got? Is this hepatitis? Man, my skin turning yellow. My eyes is yellow. You know, what is it? You asking Bobby Joe. Bobby Joe ain't even graduated from middle school. How you asking him anything? He gonna be like, yeah, y'all, you sure right. That do look like hepatitis. Like, he can't even pronounce the word right. And you looking to him, but you ain't look to the Lord, though. You look to everybody else but the Lord. Continue.
To strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh.
They don't look unto the Lord, but they look unto Pharaoh to strengthen themselves unto Pharaoh. You know, when you know, sidebar for a second, you know, when we was in Egypt, you know, we ran up out of Egypt. Moses took us, that great prophet took us up out of Egypt. He said, let my people go. Moses went through a lot of crap just for us to even make it to the wilderness. Just to the wilderness. Not to our promised land, not to nothing. Just to make it to the wilderness. Israel was hard-headed, complaining about food, complaining about water, talking about it was better when I was a slave. You know, I'm going to make a golden calf unto the Pharaoh. You looking unto Pharaoh to diagnose you, when Pharaoh hates you. You looking unto the white man to help you when the white man hates you. Donald Trump hates you. What is you going to go vote for? What are you in this election polls for? When they hate you. We've been voting since we was allowed to vote, and it haven't made a difference. No matter who we vote for, it haven't made a difference. Read the rest of that for me, y'all.
And to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
You trust in the shadow of Egypt. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. You trusting in the wrong things. You trusting in Pharaoh and these other nations when you have a God. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we have a God. We have the God that created the heavens and earth. We have a God that created everything under the sun. We have a God that created everything in the heavens. We have a God that's all powerful, that loves only us. How much more should we love him? How much more should we do what he said? But we so ignorant and we so simple that we looking for knowledge from everywhere else but from our God. That's what King Solomon did. He already did the trials and tribulations for you. All you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that don't believe in the Lord, don't believe that do believe that you can get help anywhere else other than the Most High, that you ain't got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Solomon did all of that for you. He tried everything under the sun. He did an experiment. He tried to see what in life can make a man happy. And what he find out? At the end of his life, through all of that misery, through all of that sorrow, through all of that travail, all of them trials and tribulations, through all of that stuff, falling from the grace of the Most High, he was beloved. He was one of our beloved kings, King Solomon. He was one of the most wisest kings that we had, and he failed. You know why? Because he tried that experiment that all of y'all are trying to do, trying to find knowledge and wisdom everywhere else but unto the Lord. He tried that already, and it failed. Everything at the end of his days, he said, it's only but the Lord that makes you happy. I'm paraphrasing, of course. It's the law, statutes, and commandments is the whole purpose of life.
Right.
The will of the Most High is the whole purpose for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You can get as many women as you want. You can be as wise as you want. You can get as many cars and houses that you want, as many kids that you want, as many jobs that you want, slaveries that you want, as much riches that you want. You can get all of that. You can get everything under the sun. But all of it is futile if it doesn't fall under the Most High. If it doesn't fall under the Most High, everything that you do is going to crumble. Everything that you do is going to fail. The Lord is cursing you. He's going to curse everything. You know why Black Wall Street failed? Black Wall Street was the most prominent nation in American history. Black Wall Street was the most prominent nation in America. You know why it failed? We had airports, we had transit systems, we had docks, we had hospitals, we had schools, we set the standard for schools. White people, the Edomites weren't even giving out lunches in school. How you not going to feed the kids in school? We had to teach them that. We had to teach them to give lunches out in school. That comes from us. That comes from blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That comes from Black Wall Street. We had stock markets. We had lottery systems. We had car dealerships. We had everything in Black Wall Street. And you know why it failed? Not just because the white man is the devil, which he is. And not just because Satan used the white man to bomb all Black Wall Street. But the reason why it failed, because it wasn't the foundation of Black Wall Street wasn't the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
The foundation of Black Wall Street wasn't us keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. It wasn't. And that's why it ultimately failed. And that's why everything that we do, everything that we touch will fail. If we don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments. If the foundation of it is not the law, statutes, and commandments, it's going to fail. Black man, Hispanic man, listen to me, it's going to fail. All them clever endeavors that you got, if it's not based around the law, statutes, and commandments, it's going to fail. So don't think you can outsmart the Lord. Don't think you don't need the law, statutes, and commandments. Don't think you different from Israel. Don't think none of that. Because you're just the same. You got to keep it just as well as I got to keep it, just as well as Steve Harvey got to keep it, just as well as Michael Jordan got to keep it, just as well as Al Sharpton got to keep it, just as well as Reverend Jesse Jackson got to keep it, and Farrakhan. All Israel has to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Or everything that you touch will crumble, will become shambles. You look at them and you might think otherwise, but in reality, it's not. Read the rest of that story for me.
Kind, sir. Soon, however, it became clear that this was strategic.
We're start from the top of that paragraph for me, because I wanted to get that out. I wanted to get that out for us, Israel, and stuff like that. I wanted to get that out.
Kind. Donald Trump thinks white nationalism is going to win him the 2020 election.
Not start from the whole top, but go ahead.
Kind.
Keep going.
Go back. Might have seemed at first like a spontaneous eruption of racist rage from the simmering bigot in the White House.
Now, you thought it was just a racist rant that Donald Trump was going on? Nah, it wasn't. Go ahead.
Soon, however, it became clear that this was strategic.
They said soon it became clear that this was strategic. These racist rant that Donald Trump is going on, these hate crimes that he's allowing, he's committing, because he's committing hate crimes subliminally. A lot of people don't understand that. Donald Trump is committing hate crimes subliminally. By him being as racist as he is, by him being a racist and he allowing the stuff to happen and he's doing certain things himself, that's allowing the rest of white America to do the same thing. And white America is not hindered by presidency. They're not hindered by the presidency. Donald Trump only could do so much. He only could hate you so much, which he hates you a lot. But he only could show his racism and his hatred for you so much. But that average white man, he can show his hatred, his all-out hatred for you. He can go to work in the daytime and wear a Klan mask at night and go and capture black brothers and black sisters and hang them. Hispanic brothers, Hispanic sisters and hang them. Burn a burning cross. Shoot them with a shotgun. Kidnap them. Bury them alive. Do all the different things that they do unto Israel. They can do that. Donald Trump can't do that. But the reason why Donald Trump is responsible for that average white man doing that, because he's giving them the power. He's giving them the will to want to do it. He's giving them the notion that it's okay to do it. That's what Donald Trump is doing. And that's why he is responsible for all of that. That's why every hate crime, every hanging, every kidnapping, every murder that whites do against blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, Donald Trump is responsible for it. But the way we combat that is, we combat that with black supremacy. We combat that with, black racism. We combat that with that, because if we do that with that, then we wouldn't be around white people for them to kidnap us. We wouldn't go nowhere alone like the Isupk ordains us to do. Our women are not allowed to go nowhere alone. Our men is not allowed to go nowhere alone. We travel in 2s and 4s and 6s. We travel in packs like wolves. Because it's less likely that racism and hatred towards you will happen. And we know we in the midst of the white man's kingdom. So, we liable for those things to happen. We liable, we susceptible for them things, for the white man to do them things unto us. So to prevent that, we travel in packs like wolves. That's a strategy to prevent hatred, bigot acts. That's a strategy, but to prevent stuff like that. But we can't prevent it if all Israel don't do that. If all Israel ain't under the ISUPK, we won't know not to do that. I mean, we will not know to do that. We going places alone. Our women going to the corner stores and the grocery stores alone. When there should be about 4 or 5 women going with them, and probably 2 more brothers to go with them. Just in case. But how our women get down, they'll fight. They'll fight, especially if it's a pack of them. But they no match for a man. That's why probably a brother got to go with him. But we would know that. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians would know to do that if they was in the ISUPK, if they was in this one body of Christ, if they was serving the Lord and keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments like they supposed to, and they ain't listening to them purple guys and them guys in all white looking like a church choir. Not listening to all these fake Hebrew Israelites and these fake Christians and the Muslim mosque and then Egyptology, Hotep, and all of that stuff. If they're not part of that stuff, they will know, they will come learn from the real priests and prophets, because that all it is a distraction to Israel. All that Egyptology, that Hotep, that Islam, that Muslim mosque, that Christianity, that baptism, that so-called baptism, that Baptist, that Pentecostal, that Seventh-day Adventist, all of that stuff, that Jehovah's Witness, that Catholicism, all of that stuff is an abomination unto Israel. All it is a distraction to keep you out of the ISUPK. All it is, that's all it's doing. To keep you out of the ISUPK, to keep you learning from these priests and prophets of the Most High. That's all it's doing, is distracting you, so you won't make it to that kingdom of heaven. So you won't make it when them chariots swing low. That's all it is. That's what the white man doing, because he know he can't stop Israel. He know he can't stop the ISUPK. He know we ain't selling out. They offering us money left and right. The feds is offering the generals and the heads of the school money left and right to sell us out. But they won't do it. You know why? Because first of all, they love for the Most High, and they love for their people is extraordinary. Second of all, they got a job to do. They ordained, and they hold that to heart. And just like all the other brothers in the ISUPK, we hold this job to heart. Once you pass your officer test, you've taken a vow unto the Most High, and we all consider that our life. We would rather die and drop our swords before we leave the ISUPK.
Right.
And the brothers that do, they would never ISUPK in the first place. They never took that oath in the first place. Spiritually, they never took that oath. Spiritually, they didn't care about that oath. And that's why they're going to go fall back in the world, and the Lord going to have their heads. But sidebar, drop that article and give me Psalms 35 and 16.
Psalms chapter 35, verse 16.
Read.
With hypocritical mockers in feast.
With what? Hypocritical what?
Mockers.
They hypocritical. The white man is a hypocritical mocker. Meaning he's mocking you. You create a group which didn't do nothing for you, but you created all the anger and all the love that you the they create a all lives movement. They hypocritical mockers. You know, they say all lives matter. They mocking you. That's a form of mockery. But then the hypocritical part is that all lives don't matter. Because if all lives matter, what happened with Osama? They went to go kill Osama and tossed him over the ship. He was a Muslim, you know, he was a Muslim, so they got to get buried properly. If you didn't like what he did, I understand you killed him. But why you didn't give him back to his people after you killed him? Why you just threw him off the back of the ship like he was a dog? For all lives matter though. White people say all lives matter. The reason why they say stuff like that to further confuse you, to confound you. Blacks, Hispanics, and Asians. They confound you by saying all lives matter. So you won't rise up against them. But in reality, they mockers. Because they're mocking you because all lives don't matter. All lives don't matter, and they're going to continue to kill you while you continue to have mercy on them. They're going to continue to enslave you and oppress you while you have mercy on them. You thinking, okay, they said all lives matter. Okay, that's true. That's true. All lives do matter. You know what? I'm not going to rise up against that white man. I'm not going to rise up against that Arab. I'm not going to rise up against that Asian. I'm not going to rise up. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to march and I'm going to protest and I'm going to do things by the book. While the white man laughing at you. He's mocking you. He's laughing. He's looking at you like you're a fool. He's like, ha, ha, ha. These niggas fell for it again. They fell for it again. And they keep falling for it. All they do is fall for it. That's all we do. Every time one of our own get killed, every time something happens, we fall for it. We fall for it. And the thing that we fall for, the snare that we fall for, the trap that we fall for, that trap is the white man proclaiming to love us, or it was an accident, we didn't mean for this to happen, all of that good stuff. You know, the nature of the white man is the devil. The nature of the white man will always be the devil. The nature of the kids of the white man will be the devil. Right. You know, the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. A tiger cannot change his stripes. A tiger cannot do something that a tiger is naturally and instinctively off of doing. He can't change that. He can't change his instincts. When he see a lemur and a deer or antelope or whatever things that they hunt, when they see that in the wild, they ain't gonna change their stripes. Like, you know what? That antelope did do nothing to me. You know, I should probably get to know that antelope. You know, they're not going to say that. They're not going to do that. Just like the white man, he's not going to say, you know what? Israel ain't never did nothing to me. You know what? I'm going to love Israel. You know, they marching, they protesting. We done hurted them enough. I think it's time for us to stop. I think it's time for us to stop killing the Trayvons and the Sandra Blands and the Mike Browns. I think it's time for that. No, they would never do that. Because a tiger cannot change his stripes. Read the rest of that verse on God. Go on.
They gnash upon me with their teeth.
They gnash upon me with their teeth. Meaning that they are clenching their jaws. Meaning, you ever seen somebody clench their jaws at you in so much hatred that they damn near catch lockjaw. Because they hate you so much, they envious of you so much, they so jealous of you, they just wish that you died, so they clench their teeth, they gnash their teeth. That's what it is, clenching your teeth. Gnashing your teeth, you just in so much pain and discomfort. You know, you're gnashing your teeth, you just like grinding your teeth. You just got so much hatred. The white man got so much hatred. He's such a hypocrite and a mocker, and he got so much hatred for us, he's gnashing his teeth. Meaning, when he sees you, he gets upset that he cannot just blatantly just shoot you in the head. like 100 years ago. Like 120 years ago. He just so upset that he can't just blatantly enslave you and make you go in that cotton field. He just so upset, he's gnashing his teeth like, oh, Patch, look at him. They driving Maseratis now. Ooh, they supposed to be slaves. This our country. And it is. It is their country. You thought I wasn't going to say it was? America is for whites and whites only. America was founded for whites and whites only. Christopher Columbus did that for whites. Robert E. Lee did that for whites. Abraham Lincoln did that for whites. George Washington did that for whites. Robert Kennedy, John Kennedy, all of them did that for whites. Obama did that for whites. You know, they placed him on. Matter of fact, drop that verse for me and give me that article about Obama. About Mitch McConnell, showing you that, pointing out that Obama parents, forefathers were slave owners. It's not coming up. This article right here. This article right here, because this senator right here, Mitch McConnell, the same one that said, "Oh, we elected Obama. Blacks don't deserve reparation. They don't need reparation." You know, that was our topic last week. That was the UPK topic last week. You know, the generals touched that. But the reason why I want to bring this up again, and it's not that particular topic, but it's a new thing that he said. You know, because he still believed the same way that he believed 2 weeks ago. But not only that, he threw Obama under the bus. Y'all beloved black Jesus. He threw him right under the bus. He let you know that Obama is not for you. All your blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian stuff, oh, we got a black president. No, nigga, you got an African president.
That's right.
And he probably wanted to let him fly on his eye. He probably wanted to eat boo-boo. He probably wanted an unk around his neck. He probably wanted a gauge in his ear and on his lip. He probably wanted all of that. He would wish all blacks would probably do it. I guarantee you. But you know, I'm going to read this article because Levon can't bring it up. So I'm going to read it. Mitch McConnell responds to reports his ancestors owned slaves by pointing out Obama's did too. Obama ancestors owned slaves. Mitch McConnell is the guy that's against reparations. Huh? USA Today, July 9th. You got it. You read from that one? Wow. Christians, I know you're Catholic.
Okay. It says Mitch McConnell responds to report his ancestors owned slaves by pointing out Obama's did too.
Now, like I just said, he's throwing Obama, the beloved Obama, right under the bus. He's trying to say, well, y'all voted for Obama. Y'all loved it, Obama. We gave y'all Obama. Obama don't believe in reparations either. Obama don't believe in giving y'all nothing for y'all slavery. You know why? Because Obama is not a black. He's not a Hispanic. He's not a Native Indian. He is not Israel. He does not care about Israel. And Mitch McConnell about to show you.
Right.
So while you being naive and thinking that Obama cared about you, Obama only thing he did was push that homosexual agenda full-fledged on blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And look what Obama did. Oh, what they used to say, Cap? They used to say, oh, well, it takes more than the president. It takes more than the president. It takes the senators. It takes the Congress. That's why Obama keep passing stuff and they just keep denying. Obama wasn't passing anything. Obama passed the gay marriage law, and that's the only thing, and he kicked it for the rest of his 8 terms in the House, in the White House. He kicked it for he had barbecues portraying that he was yours. so y'all can continue to fall in love with. That was a form of sorcery, if you didn't know. What Obama did was a major form of sorcery. You know, continue to read for me, Cat. Go on.
Washington. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell responded to an NBC report that his ancestors owned slaves by telling reporters he and former President Barack Obama were once again in the same position.
Once again in the same position, meaning Obama is no different than him. You want to call him racist, but you loved that black president. You loved that Barack Obama. You voted for him. He got what, 98% of black votes? You voted for him. So he know you love him. And what did he do? He pointed it out for you. He let you know what was going on. He said, once again, me and Obama is not different. You know, and I wanted to point out something in this article real fast. It said Senator Majority Leader, meaning he leads the senators. He's the majority leader, meaning whites voted for him. Whites got him, and he's racist, just like Donald Trump. He's racist, just like Donald Trump. He says he goes on racist rants all the time, just like Donald Trump. And Donald Trump, the president, and he's the leader of the senators. He got the majority of the votes. He's the leader. I wanted to point that out for y'all. So, like that last article we brought out, talking about white nationalism will win Donald Trump the next election, it will. It will. That's what's winning all of them these elections in Congress. That's what's winning them these elections in office as senators, as governor. Scott Walker. Scott Walker is the biggest racist governor I ever seen. He's the governor of Wisconsin, and he won off the same thing that Donald Trump is bringing out. Them racist rants about them three minority leaders that Donald Trump was talking about, that they need to go back to their own country. You thought that was a racist rant. Like we just read in that article previously, in that topic previously, that was a strategy. Y'all think that Donald Trump is a plumb fool. In reality, he's one of the smartest white men out there. He's one of the smartest white men out there. I don't know about business-wise, you know, making businesses go, because he got bankrupt off of that, you know. But as far as white nationalism, as far as being for his people, Donald Trump is for his people wholeheartedly. You know, and I just wanted to bring that up. But continue for me, Ottawa Cat.
Yeah. I find myself once again in the same position as President Obama. We both oppose reparations.
They both oppose what?
Reparations.
They both oppose what?
Reparations.
So this racist white dude opposes reparations, but who also opposes reparations?
We both oppose reparations. I find myself once again in the same position as President Obama.
Same position as President Obama. Obama opposed reparations. Y'all didn't know that, did y'all? Obama despised reparations. He was a Democrat. He was for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, right? But he opposed giving back to the slaves. Why? Because, first of all, he was not a slave. He do not descend from the slaves.
Right.
Second of all, his ancestors owned it, y'all. No different than the Africans selling us into slavery into these Edomites. That's the same exact thing, just hundreds of years later. Obama and his foreparents and his forefathers owned his slaves. They mistreated you, yes. His lineage mistreated you. The Africans mistreated you. They sold you for molasses, tobacco, and cotton, and gunpowder, and didn't get nothing, got finesse. They sold you for that. And you mean to tell me he got different stripes? Like I'm bringing out that white people don't have different stripes. You think these Africans got different stripes? You think when we fled into their land in 70 AD and they opposed that, you think they still don't oppose us? Why, like we broke out when we was having that little small debate with the one brother, and we said with the Africans, like, why none of them in the United Nations vouch for us? Why none in the United Nations considered us them? Why none in the United Nations brought out the fact that just said, like, okay, even if they couldn't do nothing, even if they couldn't get us under the from under the power of the white man, from under the power of America, why didn't they even just make it known? Like, them blacks that y'all got in America, that y'all oppressing, them are our people. Can we get them back or something? Like, can we do something? Can we loan y'all some money, or we work for something? Can they work to get back over here and do something? Say something. Say anything. They didn't say nothing. They haven't. Africa been part of the United Nations for about 100 years now. Since the United Nations was formed, they brought senators from out of Africa into the United Nations to represent Africa in the different countries in Africa. Not one country in Africa said, them are our people, we want them back. You know, the first thing I see, if I see somebody over there oppressing my people and I get a little position of power, I'm gonna try to figure out some type of way to get my people back. Some type of way to even vouch for my people, even if I can't get them back. Like, man, they got all the guns in the world, y'all. But I'm making known, bro. I'm making known to my people over there. You know how blacks do. They can't do nothing about getting you out of jail, but they'll say, free my nigga in a heartbeat. Free my nigga, little John, man, he ain't do nothing to nobody. John terrorized the whole world. But blacks, first thing they do is say, free my nigga. He did everything. But first thing they say is, free my nigga, he ain't do nothing. How much more will blacks do if we was to have power in the United Nations? We would say, okay, free my niggas. If Africans are us, they would be like, they would have the same character as us. They will have the same instincts, the same swag, the same thoughts. Like, we all over wherever we slaves at, we do the same stuff. Put niggas on t-shirts, say free my nigga. He been in jail a whole 2 days. We said free my nigga.
No, just leave it down.
We said free my nigga. He been in there for about 2 hours now. He ain't even got past booking. We said free him already. But that's how we are. Because we love our people. We think about our people. Africans is not us. You know, that's why they haven't represented us. That's why they ain't said nothing about us. Continue for me, Kat.
We got a couple of questions.
Okay, go ahead.
You want the questions real quick?
Yeah, I'll take the question because we about to shut down anyway.
Okay, the first question was, how do you obtain mercy from the Most High?
How do you obtain mercy from the Most High? That's easy. That's easy. Keep the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
Let me get that law, verse for you. If you want to expound on that a little more, Kat. If you want to expound on that question a little more while I get this. Okay, count. Give me John 14 and 15 for me about real fast. It's simple. If you want to have mercy, you got to do like a father. Like I'm put it this way. Like a father. Like, how do you gain mercy from your father? You do the things that he like, right? If you want to gain mercy from your mama from whooping you, what you do? You be nice. You do the things that they like. You know, you might go wash the dishes for your mom. You run in the kitchen real fast and wash the dishes, clean up the kitchen, the whole house clean. Your mama come on. She already told you she gonna whoop you. When she come on, the whole house is spick and span. You know, she looking at you like, yeah, okay, I see you. I'm still gonna whoop your butt, but I see you. You gaining mercy. You gaining mercy from, because you know your mama, you know how black mothers are. As soon as they step in the door, they already mad because they coming home from slavery. So they already mad, they ain't even want to be there. Some Edomite cracker, they got on their nerve. LaQuisha still talking about her. Becky, she's running in the office telling on her. You know, her check was short. They cutting her hours. You know, she's mad. She's pissed. So when she says she gonna whoop your ass, I mean, Shalaki, when she says she gonna whoop your butt, when she get home, she really means that. she's going to whoop your butt. You know, but you gave mercy by cleaning up the whole house. I know the house better be clean when I get home, because I'm whooping your butt. You know, you clean that whole house, the house vacuum, you put arm and hammer on the floor, it's smelling good, she walk in, she don't need to clean the house that good. And you gaining mercy. You doing what she asked you to do. Read that verse for me, Yvonne, you got that?
Come, sir. John chapter 14, verse 15. If you love me, keep my commandments.
He simply put it that way. He said, if you love me, keep my commandments. If you love the Most High, you will keep those commandments. If you keep those commandments, you don't think the Most High gonna have favor upon you. You don't think the Most High gonna have mercy upon you. You think the Most High is going to punish you? No, the Most High will not punish you. The Most High will have favor upon you. He will show you mercy, and that's how you gain mercy from the Most High. You know, was it any more questions on the one?
John, the next question is, how do we combat black on black hate? It said the ones, also like this, Prince Charles on Facebook said, how do we combat black on black hate? The ones who does not want to follow in laws and commandments of the Most High.
Well, you Charles, Prince Charles? Hey, no, I'm just kidding. No, but you know how you combat black on black crime, you gotta understand, you gotta forgive your brother 7 times 7. You gotta understand that your brother is just as oppressed as you. You gotta understand your sister is just as oppressed as you. You gotta understand that your sister has just as many demons as you have. Just because you in the truth and she ain't in the truth, you think you better than her? When you just in the world, when you just battling those same demons that she battling, how much more do you not know how to handle your brother? How much more you not know how to handle your sister? You should know this already, because you came out of the world. So for a brother like that to say that he's coming out of the world, if he's keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, he knows how it was for him to be in the world. So his brother's in the world, so he got to know, like, okay, they need to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. How do I battle him? I know he got a demon on him. I know he being wicked. You know what? You got it, bro. You got it. I forgive you. Go ahead, do your thing. You know, you combat it with mercy. You combat it with humbleness. You combat it with love for the Most High and love for your brothers. Because the Most High love Israel. The Most High love His children. So how much more love and compassion should you have for His children or your brothers and sisters? How much more? You know they destroyed. That's how you combat it. You got to understand that the white man is the devil. That's how you combat it. You combat it with knowing that the white man is the devil. You know, like, bro, like, try teaching them some things. You know, try showing them mercy. Like, okay, bro, he done did this. Tell them why they did that. Tell them, try to get them to understand that it's not their fault. Instead of blaming them. Okay, bro, like, you stole from me because you was hungry. Yeah, no doubt I'm missing items, I'm missing stuff. You stole things from me, yeah. But why did you steal it? Bro, this is why you stole it. Like, you ain't got to succumb to that. You ain't got to be susceptible to sin. You know why you sin it? You sin it because the white man is oppressing you. Right. You sin it because he's doing this and he's doing that. You sin it because you're in this predicament. If you keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, you wouldn't be cursed. So you wouldn't be in this predicament. And then you wouldn't be smoking. Like, say one of his demons is smoking. You bro, if you keep the law, statutes, and commandments, you won't be smoking. Therefore, you will have money. Therefore, you will get up and go get you a slavery. You will get up and go get you some money legitimately. And then you won't have to steal from it. You know, you don't have to punish your brother for what he done did to you. You know, like the Lord said, I'm paraphrasing, of course, he said, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. You know, even though that's not your brother's, that's not your brother money, that's not your brother clothes, that's not your brother game, that's not your brother TV, that's not your brother car, that's not your brother house. None of them things belong to your brother, but render them to him. Let him have that. Let him have that, because evidently he needed more than you do. Like the Lord said, if a man hits you, of course, You know, if he asks you, I'm gonna use this because that gonna go over people's heads. Like that's meat for him. I'm gonna give him milk. You know, he said, if a man asks you, if your brother asks you to walk 1 mile, I'm paraphrasing, of course, walk with him too. If your brother take your jacket, give him some pants to go with him. You know, it's a reason why he's taking. It's a reason why he needs those things. You know, it's a reason why he's poor and he's down and out. You know, you ain't gotta naturally beat your brother because he done stole your shoes. You ain't gotta kill your brother because he stole your car radio. You know, unfortunately, I know you love your car, you love your clothes, you do your possessions. I know you like your possessions. But evidently your brother needed more than you did. So what, you gonna kill him because he's poor? You gonna kill him because the white man is oppressing both of y'all? You gonna kill him because you have more wisdom than your brother to get up out of that oppression, get up out of that slavery? You gonna kill him? You gonna hurt him? You gonna kick him down, put him more down, oppress him more because you know the same predicament he in, you was just in. You know? So I hope that answered the question. You wanted to ad-lib on that a little bit? Cap, or give a sure?
No, not too well, but we have time. We'll go back to the law.
Shalaki, no, I just wanted to bring out, you know, with this class, I just wanted to bring out the nature of the white man. You know, we bringing out the nature, I believe we brought out the nature of the white man because it's showing that he doesn't care. Mitch McConnell doesn't care. He doesn't care about what it was another article I wanted to bring out, but, you know, for time's sake, you know, I'm just gonna, you know, minimize it for you and stuff like that. Make a long story short, you know, Mitch McConnell, he doesn't believe in reparations, but it's known that, you know, in the other article that I was gonna read, it's known that his family, his family, his grandfather, his grandmother, all of them got rich off of slavery. They got wealthy off of slavery. And he said one of his quotes from last week or the week before that the general was brought out, he said that none of us alive experienced any of that. You know, and America is still recovering from the atrocities that they committed, you know. Of course, he don't mean none of that. But the reason why he said that, to try to make it seem like, okay, well, I didn't do it. I'm not responsible for it. It was my forefathers. It was my forefathers that enslaved your forefathers. I'm not doing it, and you're not going through it. So why should we give y'all anything? Why should we give y'all money for what y'all forefathers went through? But on the flip side, he's reaping the benefits of what his forefathers did.
Right.
But he don't want you to reap the benefits of what your forefathers went through. So that's hypocritical. That's just like that scripture in Psalm 35 and 16 where it said he's hypocritical. He's hypocritical in his actions and the things that he do. You know, he's been a hypocrite. He's only rich. Only reason Mitch McConnell is rich is because his forefathers enslaved our forefathers. That's the only reason he's rich. He's still reaping the benefits, and in one of those articles, he was writing a judge, trying to see what all estates and possessions that his forefathers had, so he can recover them. He wrote a letter to the judge, trying to figure out what's all under his fathers and his grandfather and his great-grandfather's lineage, so he can recover it, so he can reap even more benefits from it. You know, he's the white man that's subtle. He's the white man just like the serpent in the Garden of Eden. He's just like that. His stripes haven't changed. The character of the white man haven't changed. You know, and that's the topic of today's class, you know, that the white man is still the devil and he will always be the devil. He can never change his stripes.
Right.
You know, the white man gonna do and say everything. Like if I'm, and say, aside, I want to give you this analogy real fast. You know, say I'm a criminal. I'm a crook. And I steal something from your father. I steal something from your father. And I die, and your father died. And you get the possessions that my son get the possessions that I stole from your father. Would you think my son is an accessory unto a crime? Because that's what white people are. The white people nowadays that's living today, that's quick to say, well, that's in the old times. I didn't do it. I'm different from my forefathers. No, you ain't. You reaping the benefits, white privilege. You're reaping the benefits. You're an accessory to a crime. You're like the nigga that watch out when somebody do a crime. You out there watching out. Oh, I wasn't part of it, but you was watching out though.
Right.
You will be what they will label you as what? Anybody know what they'll label you as? If you're a watcher on a crime, you know what they'll label you as?
Lie.
Go ahead, Bob.
Co-conspirator, accessory.
Yeah, you will be an accessory, but people think being a watcher, watching out for a crime, you're gonna get less time. You're not gonna get less time. You know what they're gonna label you as? Go ahead. You basically premeditate. You smart enough not to go in there. So obviously you smarter than the rest. So what would they label you as? Of course you premeditated because you don't not to go in there. Like no, I'm about to go ahead.
Co-defendant.
You a co-defendant, yeah. You part of the crime. You most definitely a co-defendant. They will label you, for time's sake, they will label you a mastermind. Watch. People that watch out, for real. And in a court of law, if you get caught being a watchman, they will label you a mastermind. Because you were smart enough not to go in there. You were smart enough to have other people go in there, and you watching out. And you thinking you're going to get lesser time, but in reality, you're going to get more time. Because they don't think you orchestrated the whole thing. White people today are masterminds. They psychologically doing what their forefathers did, which means they are smarter. Because their forefathers had to beat us. Their forefathers had they had to put us in chains. They had to abuse us. They had to use strategic tactics to demoralize us, to demean us, to wipe our knowledge of our history and our culture out of our minds. They had to do all of that. And all of that took physicality. But we worse slaves than them. We worse slaves than our forefathers. You know why? Because we don't know we're slaves. Psychologically, we're a slave. So if you want to keep a slave, you psychologically beat them. You psychologically demoralize them. You psychologically put them down. And you erase their culture from their mind. You psychologically doing it. You doing it with their mind. A slave gonna always remain a slave if he know not to run in his mind. You could beat my back all day. I know to run. But when you get to messing with my mind, that's what white people doing now. That's how they doing us. They psychologically enslaving us.
Right.
It moves from physicalness to psychological. It's not physical no more. The white man is not beating your back. So he cannot say, okay, well, I'm enslaving you. What did I do? He systematically do. He systematically racist against you. The whole system is racist against you. So one individual white man don't have to be racist against you, which he is. But he don't have to show it. He don't have to do it. Because he got his system in place, so it will be racist too. So he could portray himself like the goody white man. He give you food at food pantries, which he getting tax write-offs. He's donating clothes. He's being a good Christian. What they said they was trying to be a good Christian, they're just trying to be good Christians at the pantry. They trying to be good Christians. That's what white people think they do. They think they giving back and being good Christians, and they love black people because they donated, because they gave them a few crumbs. In reality, they no different. In fact, they worse than their parents.
Right.
Because they know all the stuff that they did to our families. It's already known that all the stuff, all the tactics that they used in slavery will kill a nation. You know, will kill a people. You know, so that's why the white man colors is still the same. That's why the white man will never change. You know, with that being said, is there any more questions out there? So watch now, you got some questions? Question, Queen? I ain't got no question. Alright, with that being said, Shalom Israel, we are Isupk under Commander General Yohana, coming out of 125th Street, West Harlem, New York. We are not affiliated with no other Israelite group.